All right, Virgo, we are going to at least start this and see where we are going. I am Rebecca, and this is Empathic Crow. If you would like a private or personal reading, you can definitely book that with me. I'll put the link in the description, but this is a general read for the collective, specifically for Virgo. Any placements you may have, there may be what is called cross watchers, people who are just kind of checking into the energy of Virgo, hopefully not in a creepy way, but with Leo's reading that I just recorded, who knows? Cancer and Leo especially were some very specific readings. Virgo, we are going to see what comes up for you. Thank you so much for being here, and we're going to start with the Lightseer's Tarot. So, God, angels, guides, and ancestors for Virgo, the month of March. But anytime that you get this, they're timeless readings, and there may be a message for you. March 2026. What is going on for Virgo? What is the focus? All right, so we've got Seven of Cups and then a couple of other cards. All right, so we've got Seven of Cups, Seven of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. All right, so what I'm seeing here is with this particular deck, there's a snake. There's a snake and there's ladders. Like he's going for these cups. One of them, there's a path that leads to the cup. It almost looks like bungalow is the word that's coming to my mind. Or bunker. There's a bat wing coming out of this cup. Like I said, there's a snake. There's these ladders that are coming up. There's some clouds around the cups. And he's just not sure what to choose. And the cup that he's actually pointing at doesn't have any of these signs that are kind of indicating what might be in the cup, what we may find in the cup. So I feel like, what else? I feel like I need to look at this. He's got a tattoo on his face, but I can't see what it is. Or is that dirt? I think that's just dirt. He's got dirt on his arms and on his face. 222 on the clock. I feel like, Virgo, you want to have options, but when you have too many options, it feels like digging through dirt is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like somebody just having to sift. I'm seeing fossils, like a archaeologist. It feels like you're digging through all the possible options and anything that you can find that indicates what that choice is about, because he looks so worried about which choice he is going to make. So Virgo, I feel like in the past or now, you've been stuck in your head. Like, even though this looks like a clear path here, you're not seeing it as a clear path, because there could be snakes, there could be bats, there could be clouds, there could be all these things in the way. And so with that Seven of Swords, I feel like that's past decisions where you felt like it didn't go well. You were in situations with people who weren't supportive. I feel like part of it felt like that you were, I hear catching people out. So this is not you in the moonlight, that you chose some things in the past and it felt like it was a clear path, but there were a lot of things that were hidden underneath this moon. And when they were illuminated, and I'm not seeing this even as the crow calling you out, it's like you felt like, I'm just hearing, how dare you? So there's some choice, and it could be work, friendship, relationship, whatever. And it could be more than one choice, especially with the Seven of Cups. But there's something that keeps you from moving forward, from making some decisions. You're a bit stuck. So I may be linking the general short read from today for you, like some of the other signs. But I feel like you're feeling stuck because you've had options that definitely were not good options. And I'm hearing, I saw the snake, I heard bit you in the butt. Like they bit you in the butt. Like they were, you thought you had planned and looked at all the possibilities. Like when I'm seeing the archaeologist digging through all the fossils and the dirt, and it still didn't work out. So what's going on? Oh yeah, the Ten of Swords. So it felt like each choice that you made just With this one, it's not the swords that we're seeing in someone's back. It's like everything's leaving. Like they just didn't pan out. And when I was looking at the birds, I paused because what I was hearing was, it never stays. Like everything that is important, it never stays. And that's true to an extent because change is inevitable. But this feels heavy. So this is keeping you stuck from moving forward in some of your decisions because of that thought process. Yeah. Where did it go? Here it is. The deck, I set it down cut for some reason. I don't know why. But the card that was in the cut was the Five of Swords, overthinking. Like there's freedom over here if you stop focusing on all the chit-chat, the chatter, the stuff that's in your head and focus more on this light. Like maybe these crows back here, maybe they did leave. Maybe they weren't exactly what you thought they were going to be, whatever those are to you. And so you feel like here's another one right here in my ear, but freedom can come if you change your focus. You focus on the light. You focus on it in a way that it feels like look at this person right here, that it's freeing. What else, Spirit? What does Virgo need to know? The Hermit. So keep in mind with the Hermit, you may feel like you had to pull back, and maybe you did. Maybe you currently are in hermit mode, but notice the light coming out of this, this person. Like they're sitting there with their legs pulled up against them, a very protective pose, but at the same time, they have a light coming out. And I feel like that's saying you don't have to fully give everything to something, and you don't have to fully pull back from it. It's okay to still be seen, still be present, but also to have caution and discernment. Like even to go into that hermit mode, there's a path, but look at those mountains. It wasn't easy, and it took a lot to get you into that hermit mode. Like even when we're looking at the Five of Swords, when we're looking at the Five of Swords, there's mountains back here. And maybe that light and that freedom, you felt that it was coming up into this mountain so that you could take some time away from all the chit chat, from all the chatter, all the things going on. But I feel like you're being called to step out of that hermit mode. But you got to make choices. You can't stay stuck. Sometimes we stay in a situation, and this is part of Taurus's reading. We stay in something because it feels comfortable. We don't want to make the choice, because making the choice means that maybe something doesn't happen the way we want it to, or something bad happens. But if we don't make a choice, that tower can still come in and shake everything up. And then you feel less like you have autonomy, or you feel like you don't have as many choices. So if you have any Taurus placements, that may be a helpful reading for you. But where are we? I'm going to go to the Inspired Neon Tarot. We're going to switch real quick. For Virgo, why is Virgo being called out of the hermit mode? Why is Virgo being called out of the hermit mode? Or what do they need that they can't get in hermit mode? The King of Swords. Clear thoughts. You can't get control of your thoughts. If you're in that hermit mode, you may still, because all the cards before, the Five of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and even though the Seven of Cups can be a good thing, like I said, the look on the guy's face. So coming out of that hermit mode, you've already had time to think about it. And the King of Swords is calling you. You got so many swords here, Virgo. You're in your head too much. The King of Swords is calling you to find balance within those thoughts. That you don't have to hold the sword up like a way to protect yourself from everything, because you can't protect yourself from everything. That's where hermit mode is only for a short period of time, where you can kind of learn from things. You can connect with your intuition and decide how you want to move forward. So you don't want to be stuck in a place where you feel so defensive. All right, I think my husband is home, so I may go ahead and stop this reading, and then I'll just splice it together. I'll leave the cards out. Yeah, I'm not getting anything else right now. So Virgo, I will come back to your reading. Yeah, Four of Swords. You've already rested, but it's time to recover, recoup, and regroup. So Virgo, it has been a couple of days since I started your reading, and I thought about just starting over, but the answer was no. So I've put the cards back out and I rewatched the video so that I could familiarize myself with it. And for you, if you're watching the video, it'll just flow in real time. So we'll go ahead and start where we were instead of me recapping. All right, so we finished with the King of Swords and you being kind of in your head and like recovering from these losses so that you can focus on making decisions, like not staying stuck. Yeah, so we got the Emperor. The lighting is just not, there we go, not wanting to pick it up, but this is the Emperor and the Inspired Neon Tarot. So I feel like with this, it's saying that it's time to get out of your head. It's time to be more decisive and make that decision. There's something hanging down around his neck. This Emperor, oh yeah, this Emperor is chained. There's a chain coming down, and then it's like there's a chain with a lock on it around his hips. So if you stay stuck in this indecisive space because of past hurts and you're not sure what to choose, then you're not in that Emperor mode where it's being the leader, being decisive, moving forward, creating balance for yourself. It's where you're, again, overthinking. And I'm looking at this blue, and this muted blue color just makes me feel like it pulls back even your voice, whereas we'd want to see with like an Emperor or a leader, somebody who has a bright blue aura or whatever around them, because that means that they can communicate clearly, they feel like they understand others and others understand them. So let's kind of move forward from the tarot and let's go to the Haunted Echoes deck. I've been using this one quite a bit for these reads for the month of March. And so this is, some of the words are misspelled. It still has great messages in it though. And these are all still shuffled again, so pre-shuffled. Let's see what's coming through. So what does Virgo need to focus on, think about? What helps them get unstuck? Virgo, what's going to help you get unstuck? I'm going to put those back because I feel like it just kind of fell. But if they're meant to come out, they will. But the cards are like, it's almost like you don't, like you want to know, but you don't want to know. Or there's so many things that are going through and it's like your brain can't filter into which one. Like we're going back to this Seven of Cups energy. Like which one, I kind of want to know. I'm seeing somebody like, you know, when somebody has a really important piece of mail that's coming in and they get it and they're like, oh, I can't open it. I can't open it. I don't want to know, but I do want to know. That's the energy that I'm getting right now. Oh, Dusty Tombs. And it is spelled wrong, but that's okay. Within lost knowledge, find the keys to new wisdom, learn from the past. So you're being called to learn from the past, not to fear it. If we are so worried about what may happen, we're not going to see those new opportunities. And so this is where, like I said, with this Four of Swords card, being able to, and also with the Hermit, being able to come out of that mode where you're overthinking. Because Virgo, you have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sword cards now out of 9 cards. Out of 9 cards, 5 of them have been swords. So just over half of the cards have been swords. You're in your head too much. What else, if anything, does Virgo need to focus on, or what will help them move forward? God, angels, guides, ancestors. What else does Virgo need to know? Of course, we're going to bend down for a second and get these cards. All right, so the quiet retreat, while with the Hermit, it feels like you've already had a bit of a quiet retreat. I feel like this is that Four of Swords energy coming in, because it's not the quiet retreat to just pull away from everything and not like, I feel like avoiding, I'm seeing that piece of mail envelope thing again, where it's like, instead of pulling back, and you may still be overthinking things, not wanting to have to make the decision, this is pushing you to go into that state, calm your thoughts, calm yourself so that you can make the decision. Step back from conflict and find peace within yourself. Protect your energy. Because the image in here, if you can see it, is a cage. And so it's like you're creating your own cage because of all those worries and fears. 555 on the clock, worrying about change, right? Still got the hiccups, please excuse me. Twisted paths. Every turn taken has shaped who you are right now. Find meaning in the detours. And the image looks like the Devil card. So again, which even with this Emperor, I talked about the chains. In the Devil card in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, if the people would just take the chains off, they're loose, they're keeping themselves trapped. And that's what this reading is trying to tell you, Virgo, is that your thoughts and getting lost and trying to make the perfect decision. I don't care how good anyone's intuition is. There are things we are going to miss, especially when it's something about yourself. You may be right on point with somebody else. You may even be on point for yourself. So it's finding that balance between what are things that are actually anxieties that hold you back and what is your intuition. Having said that, I feel like the Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light deck is definitely the place we need to go from here. So for Virgo in this energy, what does Virgo need? To say yes. You got to say yes to something. Just say yes. So say yes. Just say yes. And in this, we do have an image that could represent like the maiden, why is my brain stopping? Nope, it's not going to say it, but the maiden, the crone, and for some reason, the mother. The maiden, the mother, and the crone. So it could be looking at the transitions of your various life stages. But I feel like what I'm really seeing with this symbol right here, and this may not be what Rebecca Campbell meant from it, but I know when I took sign language in high school, if you turn that triangle upside down, then that's the symbol for a female body part. I'm trying to be, good on the platform, right? But to me, it's like divine feminine. Whether you're masculine or feminine, this is you being able to get out of your head so much and lean into a little bit more nurturing, peace, calm. Like with this rest, if it's going to be helpful, if it's going to get you out of the chains and everything, excuse me, I don't know if someone in my neighborhood is burning something or what, but my allergies are going crazy. But if you're going to get out of this energy where you're feeling like, well, here we go. We've got the King of Swords and the Emperor. So in your head, he looks actually very angry. And then you've got this Emperor who looks like he's fading and he's chained. Then you have to be able to nurture yourself, to reconnect as well. Notice the connection right here with these lights. So saying yes to things. I'm seeing the Jim Carrey movie, Yes Man. That's what it's called. And I'm not saying you have to say yes to absolutely everything, because that can get you into some more of these situations that had you overthinking. But it's about not stifling yourself either and saying no to everything, or I don't know, or avoiding things, because then you don't move forward. The next card is don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So if part of your worry is that your choices are going to upset others or they're going to impact others, in situations like if we're married or we're in a relationship and maybe it's financial or something like that, you may want to talk to your partner about that. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that you have to minimize yourself. Make sure that your voice is heard instead of your thoughts just being in your head. And notice with both of these cards, there are 3 people. There's the, this is almost kind of like a reverse color image. Like you have heavy pink down here in this one, and then the blue up here. And then you've got pink here and blue here. So I feel like it's also saying to find balance between that heart chakra and the throat chakra. So with this one that says say yes, we've got the throat chakra saying yes, and the heart's still there. It's kind of around the heart chakra is wrapped around the saying yes using your throat chakra. And this one, it's like you're embodied in that heart chakra. There's also the purple of that divine connection to higher self, whatever it is. So you're connected and in your heart space. And from there, it radiates out and you're able to speak your truth. So that feels very important for you, Virgo. Yeah. The card on the bottom of the deck is very telling, especially with the Emperor and that chain. Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. So maybe because of situations in your family that started. It's not just that you're a Virgo, and sometimes, you know, I have multiple Virgo placements, and sometimes we can get to where we overthink quite a bit. So, but it's not just that. It's also situations within your family, whether you witness them or you experience them or both, keep you stuck in your head because you know the patterns, you know the things that have happened. So this is calling you to break those chains and to trust yourself. Trust yourself is a really big piece of this one. All right, so Spirit of the Animal Oracle, we'll pull one card. What is Virgo? Well, just give me a card for Virgo, I think, instead of a question. What is the card for Virgo? Well, that was still a question, but Fox, clever. You are swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you. Be open to romance. So whether you're looking for romance or not, that could even be loving yourself. But this is a reminder that when it comes to making these decisions and overthinking, getting in your head and being worried about saying yes, I had already said before I pulled this card, but it's trusting your intuition, trusting yourself, and knowing that you have the strength, you have the intelligence, you have the ability to make good decisions. So you just have to trust yourself. So Virgo, that's your message, is trusting yourself, getting out of your head and trusting yourself. I hope that this resonated with you and that it was helpful and there wasn't too much of a disconnect between recording on 2 different days. Thank you for hanging in there with me. Thank you for being here in general. Any likes, comments, or shares just really excite me because, one, it helps me to connect with you, know kind of how you're feeling about this or if it resonated with you, and also it gets the message to more people, and that's always my goal. If you'd like a private read to explore something personal to you, you can always book one of those with me. I have 45-minute and 60-minute sessions, and there are other services available like Reiki, mediumship, mentorship, and I have a coaching course and a self-paced course. So anyway, enough about me, but thank you so much, and I will see you hopefully again in April. Take care.